Food wastage is a global dilemma. A third of all food produced for human consumption is lost or wasted. The situation in Europe is especially extreme, but one country on the continent has taken steps to change it. Denmark has paved the way in the fight against food wastage. Over the past 5 years, the country has managed to reduce it by 25%, thanks in part to a young woman called Selina Jules, who founded the initiative Stop Wasting Food. We had a conversation with her. Here it is.
Selina Jules goes to supermarkets to campaign, not to shop. She's the face of a Danish initiative trying to stop food waste.
You shouldn't eat food after the expiry of the use-by date. And now there's another date, is called best before. And you can actually eat the food that is past the best before date. So remember that best before does not mean toxic after.
Jules grew up in Russia. She says that when she came to Denmark as a teenager, the affluent society she found here opened her eyes to wastage.
I got very upset. So 8 years ago I started out a Facebook group. It's called Stop Wasting Food. And 2 weeks later we were in national media. And today we have become the biggest Danish organization against food waste. We're 63,000 people just on Facebook, so it's huge.
WeFood is a store to warm Jules' heart. A supermarket full of goods past their best before date. It can't offer fresh fish or meat. Instead, there are lots of frozen goods here, but also vegetables. Customers love the low prices. A second branch has already opened. Food production puts a strain on the environment and emits large amounts of CO2. A real turnaround would be to reduce the amount of food produced, not just redistribute it, as Selina Jules also recognizes.
The root cause is that there's still a lot of food being produced and overproduced. So basically, the ideal scenario is that the WeFood store is closed because there's not enough surplus produced for the WeFood store.
Still, there has been a change in mindset in Denmark, if a modest one. Wastage rates in the country have fallen by 25% in the last decade, a personal victory for Jules. She traces her commitment to her youth at the end of the Soviet Union.
You shouldn't eat food after the expiry of the use-by date. And now there's another date, is called best before. And because basically there was no food to be wasted, and we had huge respect for food.
Jules hopes to get the big supermarket chains to start offering rebates on single products rather than volume discounts. But above all, she says, customers have to get involved in fighting waste.
I think the normal shops should be way better at estimating how much of the product they need so that they can sell it out before it goes bad.
That will require Danish consumers to rein in spending. So activists like Selina Jules are hitting supermarkets to enlist them in the fight against wasting food.
There are so many things that we can do ourselves. For instance, I like making some of my clothes. But this is doing it yourself on a whole new level. Did you know that it's possible for you to make your own electricity and in an eco-friendly way? Well, John Magiro from Kenya has proven it. And Joy has more details for us.
Yes, NT, that's true. John uses hydroelectric power, which he gets from a generator he hand-built from old equipment. And that's his way of doing his bit for the environment. Let's take a look at how this hand-built generator really works.
As a teen, John Magiro wanted to help his community. People were damaging their health and polluting the environment by using kerosene lamps. There was no electricity in his village, but the Kenyan village does have 10 waterfalls nearby. Through force of will and a lot of creativity, John was able to find ways to generate electricity using hydropower. His mini power station is now quite state-of-the-art. But at first, John used a bicycle rim and a conveyor belt as part of the pumping system. Today, John Magiro and his team provide green, affordable energy to over 120 households. And children can now do their homework in the evenings without harming their health.
Do you like that? If you are also doing your bit, tell us about it. Visit our website or send us a tweet. #DoingYourBit. We share your stories.